It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week.
It's the Lumberjacks and the Elks, and it comes your way next.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go in Week 11. Here's a return from the 7. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out is someone who became an absolute superstar last year as a rookie. Drafted second in 2023, it's C.J. Stroud.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. The give for the first time to Rachaad White. And he's able to work this down to the 41. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Slot man in motion right. Here's second and 2. Searches. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to...
Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. It's picked up by the defense. They had gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts a turnover.
No, they don't. So does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Second and 10 now. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Here's Darnold. Complete, it's Atwell. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They are throwing it again. Catch is made in close. And in for the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lumberjacks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Xavier Gibson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Elks and Devontae Adams getting set for another look here. And he's in the midst of a phenomenal season. Right now you can see he's second in the league in touchdown receptions. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. White trying this straight ahead. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They're bringing out Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away on 4th. And this will be his first effort of the contest. He bunted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Now, after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Got a man, it's Thomas. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That one gains 7. And it'll give him a 1st down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That throw finds Kittle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running it after the penalty. He's got room to roam here. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Buying some time right. He can run it. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
On third down, they'll go with Joe. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Third down from the gun. On the move, headed right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Lumberjacks take a 13-0 lead. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Gibson now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out. Things sure have started out rough, and they've stayed that way through 2 drives. Maybe drive number 3 here is where we see this offense get rolling. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun now, first round. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Out of the gun, White. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Again, this is White. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Stroud off the play fake. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. Mitch Wisnowski headed back out as they'll punt it away once more. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. Their offense ready to take the field now. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of...
He's fighting for it, but will not get there. They stall the run out, and that's a safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points, and their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine, because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
Always hurts to do this. They give up the safety and now have to kick it away. Secures this at the 17. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. Back with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. And we're back. Road offense out there and set. Let's get the second quarter started. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing from the gun. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. That one's complete, right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
White goes up and over for the touchdown. The Elks make it a 1-score game in the first half. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Matt Gay on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Elks trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. His return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Lumberjacks with their offense back out there as Nick Chubb returns to the field. And their last drive reached the wrong end zone and equaled 2 points. So trying for the other end zone and 6 on this possession. Here's Darnold to throw. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. To throw, here's Darnold. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Now Darnold. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll give to Chubb on the option. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They are running from the gun with Chubb. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He's running for it. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. They go play action here. Burton there to bring it in. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Darnold. He brings it in. He has the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
For the point after, here's Blankenship. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lumberjacks push the lead up to 12. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Gibson now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on his return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he's stopped. The Elks and Rachaad White ready to take over once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. From the gun, a run for White. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now, hold on a second. We have a player in some pretty clear pain following that play. That's Rachaad White, who's getting some attention from the trainers. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. They get to him and bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Okay, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
The Elks lining up in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Lumberjacks and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. So this one on the defense. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Chubb running out of the gun.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Here's 2nd and 11. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Chubb going for the marker. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And they're going to have a first down. Throwing here, Darnold. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now they face 2nd down. They'll run the draw with Chubb. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Again, it's Chubb. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That's good for 7 yards. And they'll have first down. Darnold looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He keeps it and takes off. Hang on now. Looks like we've got an injured player out there and in need of some aid. So we'll step away briefly as they work on him. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice 1st and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Chubb. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. On for the field goal now. Here's Rodrigo Blankenship. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Up and good from Romo. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Gibson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They take over on offense now pretty late in this first half. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. First down, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense to the line for second down. Trying again following the sack. He's got the hook up to Akers. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. Throwing on third down, Stroud. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Mitch Wisnowski on the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fields this clean at the 30. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Darnold now to throw. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there, and just 11 seconds remaining. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Darnold. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
They give inside to Chubb. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. So as they face fourth down, on comes Corey Bajorquez to kick. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. Wow, beautiful punt there. They have them backed up all the way to the 2-yard line. We've arrived at halftime. The Lumberjacks in front at the break in Portland. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the first half, it was the veteran Sam Darnold who had the offense moving. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks
Here's Gain out to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers have to determine how severe this may be. Ball at the 33 for first down. Hand off to Chubb to start the drive. Broke through the tackle. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
After the sack, another pass on second down. He put some air under this one, deep right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Metcalf's got it, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a throw here. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Shove here on 1st down. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They're throwing it. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. On for the field goal now. Here's Rodrigo Blankenship. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Up and good from Romo. And it's a 3-score game now, an 18-point lead.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out runs their offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Stroud. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Got his target. It's Hill. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, Stroud. He's on the move. And they take this in for the score. The Elks start the second half with some needed points. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return from the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Lumberjacks ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he's impressed beyond his work as a passer partner. He's been more than willing to run with it when the opportunity has presented itself. And I don't think they care how he does it, right? Just keep on moving that offense the way he's been doing. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold to throw. And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. To throw, here's Darnold. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The punt team headed out now for the Lumberjacks. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. 58 yards on the punt there. And it'll be their football. Now this offense getting set to work here. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Let's be real clear, there is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st.
Well, I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He'll get this one to Adams. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Back to throw, Stroud. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give him a first down. They motion the tight end over. From the red zone now. He's on the move. He's on the move. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Elks shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. C.J. Stroud the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. Play action on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an out cut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Forced out to his right, and he's hit and dropped. So that's going to bring an end to our 3rd quarter with him picking himself up after that sack. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's their ball late. They have a lead, but it's far from over yet. Punt team on the field. It'll be Corey Bajorquez doing the honors. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. He has it at the 22. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Now outruns their offense to take over. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
On play action, here's Stroud. He rolls to his right. He's going to keep it this time. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
First down, Stroud. This will be caught by Adams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that gives them the first.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Here's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll give him a first down. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. Touchdown! So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
They're leaving the offense out there, and they're going to try for two. He's throwing for it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the fourth. Now a field goal would only tie this game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home team's back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Now Darnold. That's incomplete left side. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Darnold. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Here's Chubb up the middle. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Receiver gets it on the handoff. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. It's a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
Going option, headed left on this 1st down. And he's going to fight his way down to the 35-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up. Darnold now to throw. getting out to his and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Elks and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. From the gun, Stroud completes this one to Hill. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
From the 25 on 2nd down. He's got the hook up to Adams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Complete. It's Akers. And this one doesn't go far.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Stroud. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Another drive coming up for this offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They begin the drive with Chubb. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow. He'll throw it. Escapes out. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He takes this in on his side of midfield, and he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick, and it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Right side into the hands of Adams. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be a 1st down.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion. but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
It's round throwing here on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give him a first down. Looking to throw, Stroud. That's Hill on the slant. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Portland. Elks only up by a few. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. The give inside to Akers. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. He'll look to throw it. It's taken in by Juszczyk. And in for the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Elks make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The offense getting set to go. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Here's Darnold. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he'll get it up to the 27. 2nd and 8. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Now to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Akers up the middle. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go to Akers again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Darnold looking to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Elks are winners, as with that, we sign off from Portland.